Christ, Brandon, why the fuck is your dick so small?
That's
What?
a cool way to open up the show.
No,
Welcome
that's
to
not
the
how we're
after
gonna open.
credit show.
We're not going into
Welcome
the
to the
show
after
with
credit
that.
show.
Welcome to
This
the
is
after credit show.
episode 21. Episode 21.
I thought it was 20. 20 or
No.
21. Or is it 9 plus
Something.
10?
It's one of the
It's
episodes.
Yeah.
We stopped keeping count. We don't keep count anymore.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Yeah,
Hey,
who
who's
gives a
watching
shit?
this? If you're watching this, comment below, like the episode, and subscribe, because what the hell's going on, man?
Welcome back. Biggest
What is
news of the
going on?
week. BTS is back.
What are you
New
talking
song
about?
called Swim. They were doing mandatory
Oh.
military service.
I thought you were
One of them
talking
learned
about
to play-
a certain movie release date.
One of them learned to play the saxophone. And I think the other one shot 7 North Korean children.
This is some of Vander
What?
girlfriend activities. This is
Yeah.
good news for you. I'm happy to have this news.
It's good that you know this because then you can tell how the relationship is just from the fact that he knows this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he likes BTS,
big BTS.
and you should
fan.
subscribe because of that.
Jungkook, J-Hope, Jimin, Rap Monster,
I know Jimin.
Suga. There might be one more, but I think that's it. There's 5.
You
They're
know,
on my
the
fan
little
right
YouTube AI part is going to be like, in this segment of the episode, they list all members of BTS, and that will get us an audience that we have yet to reach. So this
there.
is really good.
BTSers.
It's gonna start recommending lists to BTS fans and K-pop
Especially since we
fans.
opened the episode with it. Now we could put BTS in the thumbnail.
Yeah, I'm on board. I
A
bet you
Vander's
guys are like,
BTS
you can
spiel.
tell the state of the relationship that he knows all of BTS. Not that I got engaged. They're
Yeah.
like, it's BTS.
Yeah,
It's
no.
not real side.
Listen, people are married and are unhappy.
That's true.
It
This
takes
is
real joy to know BTS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not about labels here. It's about
You want, me,
connection.
you want me to sing one of their songs?
no. Okay, let's hop right into the
we're
news
gonna
portion
copyright
of this episode.
Biggest news of the week: the release date for Legend of the White Dragon is out.
Oh god.
Many people speculated it was a scam. This has had a longer production cycle than the Batman 2. I'm pretty-
real
am I
quick.
not-
We went through the Batman 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Damn.
Real quick,
Yeah.
for anyone who's uninformed, this is a Were you on YouTube in the year 2010 and were a comic book nerd? You probably saw something called Superpowered Beatdown, where a bunch of comic book characters fight each other in a live action format that was on YouTube, and they were kind
It
of
was
good.
really cool. It's fucking
Yeah, it was pretty
sick.
good. They had a lot of bikini babes washing the Batmobile with sponges.
That
a
was
couple times.
so. That did not
They
age
gooner
well.
baited the fuck out of. Aaron Schonke was like, "I'm gonna keep it real. We're gooning."
Yeah, we're gonna.
He's like, if there's a woman on here, he was before Marvel Rivals. He set the precedent.
far before.
He was like,
Yeah.
he was like Domino, Harley Quinn, Black Widow. Did they do Mystique one time? He's like, they're
I
all
think
gonna
they
be
did.
in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He said it's Goon O'Clock. He was not messing around.
and
Yeah.
they had
And they were like, they got the chick from Critical Role that's married to
Yeah.
the Leon Kennedy voice actor to
Yeah.
wash
Yeah.
the Batmobile. That was crazy.
That's
the bikini
Oh,
wash,
yeah.
insane stuff. But yeah, they've had a project called Legend of the White Dragon in
Definitely
development
not
for
a
quite a
ripoff
long
of
time.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, definitely not. They definitely
Yeah,
didn't
not
get
copyright free.
a cast member from Power Rangers who unfortunately
Rest in
passed
peace.
before this came out.
Yeah, no.
They definitely didn't do that though.
Yeah, so that catches. Not that anyone out there doesn't know what Legend of the White Dragon is.
Yeah, that's true. You know, just for anybody who's like Patrick Star living under a rock.
Yeah,
you know,
living in a cave.
this is your information. But for everyone else,
Yeah.
we all know. We're all excited
Dude,
for it.
Fucking Trump
Yeah.
tweeted about it last week, dude.
He really, yeah, he did.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, he's
He's like,
like,
during all these
Iran,
wars,
you're gonna be
just
living
remember-
in hell. I'm gonna make you watch Legend of the White Dragon, and that's worse than a nuke Iran.
Okay, so
Cool.
we've talked about BTS. We got political, and this is a
You
great
got
episode
Legend of the White
so
Dragon.
I'm hyped.
far. I could tell. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good.
It's
I
been in
wonder if
production
all
for
those.
like 6 years.
Yeah.
It
So
happened. This
this
is
was a
probably the biggest
Kickstarter
piece.
project,
It
and
was.
one of the biggest things that people pledged to was getting their Blu-rays for this movie.
And there's always issues when people promise Blu-rays. It never comes true.
It's always a huge issue, especially like I think it was not a good idea to promise Blu-rays for a movie that you are. Well, firstly, that's not a fan film. So for some more context, these guys like they always make fan films.
Yeah.
Like they
made very famous City of Scars.
City of Scars,
yes.
And then they made Dying is Easy, which like had some pretty cool castings in there. You had
dude, fucking Chris
Michael
Daughtry
Madsen
was Hugo Strange.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Yeah.
That was awesome.
And I know that they definitely wanted to get their hands on the Power Rangers rights, but they did not. They did not. And so they made like their own like fan kind of Dark Knight Returns-esque continuation of the Green Ranger story. For context, I don't know anything about Power Rangers. I did not grow up
I
with
know
Power
someone who
Rangers.
does.
I grew up with Bionicle.
I know you guys don't know anything about Power Rangers, but did you see that fan film that went viral years ago?
Yes. It's
yeah,
by the same guy that
yeah.
made Punish Your Dirty Laundry.
Yeah. I remember I was pretty young when I saw that. I don't know if it holds up. I haven't watched it since, but I remember it being
even
kind of cool.
I always felt like it was kind of edgy. I'm not gonna,
well, yeah,
like,
of course.
It was cool, but I was like, yeah, okay, the Power Rangers are fucking. I remember that vividly. Like, why are the Power Rangers fucking?
I don't remember that
too
part.
gritty, too dark from
Yeah.
But I remember being like,
it is cool.
this is a lot cooler than what the show was. Because the show wasn't cool. Even though I liked SPD, the best version of Power Rangers. SPD Emergency, SPD, that's the best version of the Power Rangers.
Is it lame?
No, they have a big dog commander. They're the most...
The commander?
They're like future space cops, but they're on Earth. They're cops, though. They have like the sirens on their... They have a little gadget, and it says SPD, and it's got the red and blue cop sirens.
You are not hyping this
SPD
up.
Emergency. That's the... It's really good.
Get this guy out of here.
It's better than Legend of the White Dragon, I'll tell you that much.
It's not even out yet. There's Oscar buzz.
There's Oscar buzz.
Okay. Theoretically, it could get an Oscar nomination just from the fact that it's in theaters. And if they had some extra money from the Kickstarter, they could submit
Suicide
it to the
Squad
Academy.
has an Oscar. Suicide Squad.
Not the Suicide Squad.
Not the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, not the
Suicide
Suicide Squad.
2016 has an Oscar. So why don't you hold your fucking...
For makeup, right?
Yep. For Killer Cock.
Yeah.
He got them that Oscar all on his own. And then he said
Yeah.
some really cringe lines.
And he got on all fours and crawled into the water. Even
Yeah,
though
he said,
doesn't
y'all are
need to
just
do that.
tourists.
He doesn't need to do that. He can walk normally. and do
That
it.
was like-
Speaking of Killer Croc, let's move on to the Batman 2 code name.
Okay.
Look at that segue from me, man. Oh my
That was
god.
a dog shit segue. Get him
no,
out
it
of
was
here.
awesome because he's a Batman villain. I don't know if you knew that. What is our news thing doesn't say what the production code actually is. What was the thing?
forget. It's a Latin phrase that translates to always watching.
Always watching, which is
Yeah.
Part of the Court of Owls rhyme. Is
pretty
how they're
obviously
always watching.
Court of Owls. So
And it
do
could
we think
be misleading. But
Yes.
That's what I
also
said,
not
and
be.
that's why I said in the
Yeah.
group chat.
Yeah.
He's stealing my point. I'm gonna kill your ass. What the fuck?
I'm serving it up. Do we think that is going to be the case, though? Do you think like there's a
I
good
hope-
chance that this is Court of Owls?
I think it is. I've seen some people say that people theorize that the conspiracy in the first Batman, that there are multiple times where they talk about like a big group, and people theorize that it's like they were talking about something bigger than just Maroni or Falcone.
Yeah, I would think that. Yeah.
Which would be sick, is if the sequel's like, oh, the investigation isn't over, like the Court of Owls was behind all this shit, and that'd be cool, like, because I know they want to do Batman solving mysteries, right? I feel like Batman unraveling like some like a government conspiracy or like an Illuminati ass conspiracy, like that's a cool way to do like traditional like mystery stuff, but also, deviate from it feeling kind of samey. It would feel different.
Also, because like you could do a major part of this movie set in the labyrinth of him just trying to solve his way out of that, and that
Also,
would in
dude,
itself be really cool.
I feel like just based off the costume design of that first Batman movie, I feel like the Talons would look fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Talons would look cool as fuck. That's such an awesome. I love the Talon design too. I think it's one of the best designs they've done in a long time. I love like the goggles for the eyes and.
Have you guys seen? I don't want to go on too much of a tangent because I have more to say. But have you seen the Court of Owls designs for the Absolute Universe?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, they're so cool.
I saw that the Robins are in mechs.
Yeah, they're a bunch of mech suit guys. I don't know how I feel about it. I need to read issue 20 when it drops. We'll see. But the Court of Owls.
No reason to doubt them yet.
No reason to doubt him yet. Absolute Universe has been awesome. But what I was going to say about the Batman is that also, like, the entire press tour for the first movie was just them being like, you got to read Court of Owls, man. Court of Owls is the one I want to do.
Here's what I'll say about that. Like, all the cast members were saying that. Robert Pattinson was, like, he was a hardcore pusher for Court of Owls and all that. Even in like his suit for the first one, like the gauntlets, like those are very.
Yeah,
I remember people pointing
to those. Owls,
yeah. Yeah, like the same way that the Talon gauntlets because of the little things on them. But like, yeah, I hope it's cool. If they do end up doing that, and again, like the reason why we're like it might be a mislead is because I don't know if the audience remembers, but when they were shooting that first movie on set.
The Halloween costumes, I'm assuming you're going to mention?
Oh, no.
No, not those. No. It's the Selena Kyle on set photos that ended up not being Selena Kyle.
Yes, yes.
That's the main thing that I was referring to.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What you're
when
talking about?
When they showed people in costume,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, on for Halloween,
like, Yeah, for his Wonder Woman, and people were like, oh my god, and then it wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, they're like extras and all that. Yeah.
It was like a Superman costume, but they taped up the emblem. So it was just the blue and red cape, but they ended up cutting it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember being in the theater, and that Selena Kyle on the steps scene came up, and it was actually a really cool moment because we had been so inundated in those leaked set photos.
The set photos.
And it was like, oh, where is she? That's awesome. But they're known to be misleading. So always watching could also be a hint to like. The third.
Yeah, you fans are always watching.
Yeah, you fans are always watching.
Yeah.
Always watching Batman porn.
Nope. We know somebody who would though.
Okay. Moving on.
Commander.
So
anyways.
So
I think
does Ben have anything to say about this Metal Gear movie that's coming out?
Oh fuck. Okay. So it's interesting following this movie because. It's
gone through so much.
It's gone through like an insane amount because like even in the early 2000s, I don't remember the specific year, but there was one point where they were like, yeah, Sony's still doing it. I don't know if they had a director attached or not, but they're like, yeah, Tom Hardy's playing Snake or something. It was some article or something that maybe ended up being fake.
That's Splinter Cell. Tom Hardy was supposed to be Sam Fisher.
There was one for Metal Gear as well.
Was he also supposed to be Snake? That's crazy.
I think so.
At some point.
Yeah, I know. Like they're like, okay, we can't get Splinter Cell to work. You're gonna play Snake now or something.
Wasn't it
that
Oscar
that could have been fake? Yeah, so that's what I was gonna get to. So like in recent years, like the director of Kong Skull Island, he was definitely making it out like he had the thing locked in and locked down, which clearly may not be the case anymore. And he was. So what he did was commission Boss Logic to make some art of Oscar Isaac as Snake, and then that took off a little bit. So he used that to get Oscar Isaac in the project. And then he didn't have a script or anything, and he had all these like pieces of concept art that like if you just look at them on surface level, they look cool. Like they're all made by very talented artists and all that. Like and there was like 30 pieces of concept art or something. But if you actually play the games, it's all like nonsense. Like there's like characters from different eras like hanging out with each other, and like it doesn't. It makes no sense. It's like the Uncharted
movie where 4 games are in one thing, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and it was just like
that would be awesome.
And there was like there's like 40 different things. And then he like posted a picture of like the script or something. And then next to it was the original, like not like the PS1 game, but like the original MSX Metal Gear. So it's like you had no idea what the project was kind of going for. I don't know like what type of people that like were looking over the project, or maybe he got told that he had to redo it a bunch of times, but eventually things went very quiet with that. And then Daniel RPK like 2 years ago was like, yeah, Oscar Isaac's no longer involved with the project, and people were like not really sure if he was if that was true or not. and then recently Alan Richardson posted some AI like thing of him as Snake and was like, yeah, this is like the dream or whatever. And then randomly, just very suddenly, Sony was just like, yeah, the movie's happening, and we're getting these two guys that made the Final Destination movie, the newest one, to make the movie. So I'm just like, okay, if it was me handling that as like a Sony executive, because that franchise has a crazy legacy, not just with like people that play video games, but just like in pop culture. Most people know that are like around like maybe 30 or younger, maybe even older too. Most people know what Metal Gear Solid is. Like, they know who Solid Snake is, at least. They know the name Snake. Oh, that guy's in Smash Bros. I know who that guy is.
I didn't play any of the games, and even before I met you guys, I knew who that was.
Yeah,
cool
exactly.
Character to look at.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, and like, Sony, like, it just makes me a little bit like uncomfortable with like seeing how they handled like the Uncharted movie and things like that. And I said a few episodes ago, like they're setting on a gold mine of IPs that they could be using to make movies. And this is a good move to use lists, but the way that it seems to be handled is just like they're just treating it like any other kind of project. Now, I understand that I'm speaking as like a bias, as like a fan or whatever, but I don't know, if I was some Sony executive, I'd be trying to find like people that I don't know. I don't know these guys. I don't know these directors. I'm happy that they got it. That could be really big for them. But
so I'm assuming you haven't seen Evander, did you see Bloodlines?
I didn't see Bloodlines.
I fucking love that movie.
So what do you think about these directors?
So my first thought is I don't like to go to. Have they made a spy movie before? Kind of like
no, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, because the one thing I always think back to is when the Star Wars sequels are coming out and Guardians 2 had just come out. There were a bunch of people that were like, James Gunn should make the next Star Wars sequel. And he was like, no, I'm not really interested in that. I love Star Wars, but that's not really my vibe. And I was like, yeah, I know he made a sci-fi movie, but like, I don't think he'd make a bad Star Wars movie, but he wouldn't be like my first pick. Yeah. So I loved. Did you watch Bloodlines, Brandon? Or was that just me?
Oh no, dude, it was just you.
I don't know. I just know that movie got some like. I'm
sorry, Ben.
Perception. Yeah.
This is not good news for you.
What?
Oh, what happened? Yeah.
They have directed. So they did Final Destination, which people liked.
I know they did Kim Possible. So they did do a spy movie.
They did do a spy movie, which is hilarious.
That's
all. But these guys live in the same city as I do, so I can go and talk to them and be like, "Hey, listen,
Kim Possible is
congratulations."
Great.
I had no idea a Dead Rising movie existed, but they also did that.
Oh yes, I have heard of that.
It's on some platform called Crackle.
Oh, dude, you're not subscribed to Gooby and Crackle?
Gooby and Crack, and then they did Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, which was a DCOM from the 90s. So,
yeah,
Metal Gear.
Again, like, here's what I'll say. Like, I don't want to like jump the gun and be like, oh no, it's doomed, because like you got some directors that haven't done like a whole lot of movies, and like who knows, like maybe this could be like the big hit that makes them like really big in Hollywood. I don't know.
It's a big hill to climb, I think is what
yeah, but again, it's just with the IP like Metal Gear, you definitely want to like put some ammunition into that gun, like a very big hill to climb. And I don't even think it should be a movie. I would prefer like a live action series, because like I'm not saying that you have to adapt everything, definitely not, because the whole thing of like adaptations, like you change stuff, but this is just one of those things where I think a series, like a mini series per game, if you wanted to do that, that would be the most ideal scenario to me, at least. But then as like a hardcore fan,
they'd need to put money into it also, which is so fucking sometimes like
that's what I'm saying, like in a few years or something.
Because sometimes you'll get like Fallout, which did not feel cheap ever at any point in time. But then like you get like Twisted Metal, which did a very good job of working with a lower budget. I don't want to talk about season 2. But
I don't want
season 1 of Twisted Metal does an incredible, like, they were given a small budget, but they're able to work around it. I don't know if you could work around a small budget with, like,
If
MGS.
I'm not mistaken, isn't there
There's a lot of
boss
interior
fight with a
segments.
big buff president or something like that?
That's from the spin-off. That's from
that's like after all the main games have happened.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So you can work your way up to that.
Yeah, you do fight a giant robot. You do fight the Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's where you put the budget into. But like I don't know. I think
like
just going off by like
for the big fight.
If I'm going off by like the original MSX games, or even like the let's say like the first Metal Gear Solid game, like the actual first one for the PS1, like there's a lot of interior segments. I think like there's a way that you could make it work. Yeah, exactly. Like show off like the natural environments that don't rely on a crazy amount of CGI. Like I think there's a way to do it. Just as a filmmaker, I think it's possible, and that's why I would love to see it. But I'm just a little bit unsure right now of what they do. I am curious if this project is happening, because Richardson was like, I want to play Snake.
I want to be Snake.
Because that's weird. That's weird timing.
He's a very hot commodity in Hollywood at the moment.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. He's great in Reacher. I fucking love that show.
He reminds me of like a better version, or like the good version of Zachary Levi, where he goes online and he's like, I want to play this character, but instead of people being like, no, you suck, people are like, yeah,
what's wrong with Zachary Levi?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Zachary Levi, he begged a little too hard. And
what was he begging for?
I remember it was when the new DCU was happening, and people were like, oh, you're not Shazam anymore, you definitely lost your job. And then he kept commenting on other projects, and then like the live action Tangled was announced, and he made a tweet. He's like, you better cast me in this. And then he got Harold and the Purple Crayon. His reputation just went down the shitter.
I mean, he peaked. He got Harold and the Purple Crayon. What more could you want?
That's a good point.
That's better than Shazam. That's better than Tangled.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Metal Gear before we move on?
Yeah, I would just like to see where they're gonna prioritize some assets, because like honestly, like I don't really want like a celebrity as like Snake, because I don't really think many celebrities kind of fit that. Which is why I was kind of thinking like, okay, like if you're gonna get like some A-listers, either make them like the villains, the supporting cast, or you get like some big Hollywood producers or something.
You know, it's interesting.
That'd be interesting.
I think video games are like the same as comics, where it's probably beneficial to cast the lead relatively unknown, whether it be somebody who's done nothing or somebody who's done like a handful of things, because now you're going to see David Cornsweet as Superman forever and not David Cornsweet, because he was barely in anything that we had seen. Same thing has to be applied to a character like Snake, or for me, like casting Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, bad move. I like Tom Holland, and I think he's a good actor, but like all I see is Tom Holland. I'm never going to see him as Nathan Drake. Yeah. I think the same thing needs to be applied to this.
I think he definitely could have played that character
series gets that
too.
right. I don't know that actor. I don't know, but
who?
For the God of War series, I don't know. Is that a big actor? I don't know who it is.
No, he's probably bigger than David Cornsweet was when he cast as Superman, because he was a major character in Sons of Anarchy, which is a huge show.
Yeah,
but that guy's cake and makeup, so it's kind of different.
Yeah, and he has history with the God of War franchise. The fans like him.
Oh, he was Thor, right?
Yeah, he was Thor.
Yeah.
So he has some rep. People like, oh, that's my guy. You know.
Speaking of PlayStation, God, I'm good with segues today.
One. Last one was trash.
The PlayStation 6. Apparently is going to be $1,000, and not only that, the PlayStation 5, every model of it was bumped up in price by about $100 to $150 each, and on top of that, the CEO or whatever, the game director for Call of Duty or something, said that the industry is inevitably going to go to $100 video games. It's just a matter of who's going to do it first. And before we get into this, my speculation is that as soon as GTA 6 drops, Rockstar is going to be the developer.
I'm buying it anyways. Sorry.
I'm buying it anyway too. But what I'm saying is Rockstar has been known to be the developer that pushes the gaming industry into a direction. I think that's going to be the case for this one. Yep. Now, with all of that being said, the gaming industry's in the shitter. How do you guys feel about that?
Look, the mainstream gaming space is in the worst place it's been in a super fucking long time. Mm-hmm. The smaller scale gaming space is in a really good position. So gaming isn't dead. Mainstream gaming is fucking doing dog shit. That's just
so like AAA titles, like big budget studio games.
AAA has just gone down the shitter. Unfortunately, it's been consumed by, I guess it's consumerism. It's dead. But if you look at like Clair Obscur, Crimson Desert, there are tons of great games that have come out that are more low budget and even cheaper.
Game of the year last year was a AA game.
Yeah, Clair Obscur.
Yeah,
Expedition 33. So yeah, it's not dead. We got Mouse is coming out, which is not going to be full price. Invincible Versus, not going to be full price. Really fun beta. I'd recommend buying that game. I put my pre-order down for it. I'm excited.
I'm good for sure.
But yeah, I think it's just like unfortunate. Like this did happen with video games in like the 80s, where there was like a huge bubble and it burst and things kind of like, it's like when Ultron, when he wants to drop and he's like, the meteor needs to hit and needs to reset the world. The gaming meteor needs to hit and reset everything. It's so bad. Like every game is Fortnite. Everything is Fortnite now. Everything needs to have fucking crossovers. Cause like the thing is, the way to make the most money right now in the AAA space is to not have an identity. Because if you don't have an identity, you can pull in anything you want. Because if you have a very strong, like Call of Duty's have a very tactical, real world identity. If you have that, you can't fucking play as the goddamn Ninja Turtles. So it's like,
but they did that.
Shit. That's what I'm saying. It lost it. They got rid of their identity to put in the Ninja Turtles. So in the AAA space, it pays to be this corporate blob of nothing that can just be used as a way to sell skins of the, like you can run around with a gun as Homelander and fucking shoot people. But
now do we think that it's actually going to pop, or do we think we're at a moment in time where console gaming? But do you think console gaming will reach the price point of not even what exactly PC is, but like, do you think it's going to come closer to it with these like price raises? Do you think?
100%.
Here's what's going to happen. It's going to try. It's going to get there, but the reality is, people aren't going to be able to afford that. But people do want to play games. But people aren't going to want to switch to PC. Because people buy a PlayStation because they don't want to, like, a large majority of people who play video games are, like, dudes who work in, like, blue-collar work. Like, a guy who works at a construction site. A guy who fucking works at, like, the fucking, like, a butcher's department at, like, a grocery store. And he doesn't give a fuck about, like, PC. He just wants to go home and pop a fucking disc in his console and play a video game for 3 hours. He doesn't want to go and, like, download some shit and like, why isn't this working and blah blah blah. So there's always going to be a necessity for fucking consoles. And what's going to happen is, we're living in something, I don't know if you heard, it's called an affordability crisis. I don't know if you heard of that. I don't know if anyone's heard of that little thing happening where everything sucks and is expensive.
I had to leave California because of it.
Yeah. So what happens is, people just can't afford their fun shit like consoles, and like all these companies are going to realize, well, it's not sustainable to charge people $100 for a fucking game and $1,000 for a console. They'd just rather not. They just can't afford it. So we have to lower the prices if we're gonna make any fucking money.
But
big
that
part of
also,
that
brings in another thing. I don't know. I feel like Ben might know something about this. But there's like a RAM shortage, right?
Yes, I was about to say that. So there's a RAM shortage because of AI. But good news, half of all AI data centers were planned to be opened this year or next year, I forget, were all canceled or delayed indefinitely. Yeah, so that's good news. That's good news for
good.
RAM. Half of all plans for AI data centers in the U.S.
Because that is the reason that the PlayStation prices went up.
Yes.
But it also, is all because of that.
That's what I was talking about with Dylan, because I was showing him the price hikes, and he was looking at what's in it. He's like, yeah, like, because of the RAM increase, he's like, they might have to charge like an extra $50, but they're definitely price gouging you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they definitely
150.
They're tacking on
the
extra
PlayStation
$100.
Pro is $900 now.
I'm not buying that shit.
You are for sure screwing us. Like, that's not...
The
you know
RAM
what's hilarious
isn't that
about
expensive
this?
Yet.
The day before the prices went up, PlayStation saw, like, an insane increase in sales. People were just like, well, I'm just going to buy one now. It's not going to stop me. I'm just going to buy it sooner than I planned. So, like, they raised the prices and they got an increase in revenue. So they just didn't lose at all.
Yeah.
I just don't see the point of getting a PS5 right now. I mean, I already have one, but,
there's...
like, you might as well wait for the 6 because it's been out for, like, what, 8 years or something?
Dude.
Not 8 years, but, like...
This console's...
This has been a terrible
lifespan.
console generation.
So
Yeah, like specs-wise, like, yeah, like, it's the best way to play PS4 games at the moment, but, like, there's, like, no point to it. Like, and, like, I don't know, I really think, you know, maybe if, like, the RAM and GPU prices go down a little bit, or, like, they stop going crazy, I do think with, like, the very positive reception around when the Steam machine was considered a console, like, everyone thought it was a console. People were like, yes, I think you need someone like that makes, like, a console-friendly device for, again, like, those type of people that you were describing, because
just
that's
like
the only way that, like, the console shit's going to survive, because otherwise, like, no one's going to have a fucking console at that point. Or they're just going to have their PS4 from 15 years ago.
Well, it needs to survive because Sony, they canceled all their divisions except for video games and movies. All their hardware production is done. So, like, they're...
I know.
So it's the bubble is going to burst inevitably, but Sony isn't going anywhere. They make too much money to go somewhere. They're just going to have to cave. But the reality is, it's going to suck for a while.
it's going to be quite a while.
Keep getting a little worse, then it's really going to suck, and then I don't know.
But luckily, if you see a game at, like, one of these years or last year's game conferences, you don't got to worry about it for another 6 or 7 years until it comes out. So you'll be fine. I knew somebody was going to do it.
Was that intentional?
It really wasn't. I'm ashamed that I said it. But it wasn't intentional.
It's impossible to avoid saying it.
It really is. It's so impossible. But the point is, you're going to have, like, the prices might drop again by the time that one game comes out, because that's another sad part about the game industry, is that everything takes near a decade to develop.
Yep. It's in a bad spot if you're in the mainstream. Just try to look, you know, in other places. There's always good games coming out. I recently, it's on my shelf, I've been playing a game called Tormented Souls, which is an indie game that's it's like a classic Resident Evil where it has, like, the fixed camera angles and you're trapped in this creepy old hospital with, like, monsters and you have to find shit. And, you know, like,
you know what? Game. That sounds like a lot of fun. Also, everyone should just play Resident Evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every 2 years you get one.
Yep.
And they're really good. They're quality. The gameplay is so much fun and satisfying. We're waiting for Ben to get in on it.
Yeah.
You got this.
Hopefully soon.
We're going to get there.
Yeah. He's going to...
Yeah, I have a few things I got to do.
Yep.
But, yeah, and that's the other thing, too. Like, just play older games.
Yes.
Like, there's a huge library out there. Like, even just on, like, the PS4/5 store, there's still a lot of old oldies that you can play.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, even if you're more of, like, a vanilla kind of gamer, you can go do that. And then, of course, you have, like, PC. Then, like, there's a whole rabbit hole of legally gray stuff that you can get into. And you can play everything.
If you want purely legal, they just put the OG Resident Evil trilogy on Steam, dude.
Yeah, it was on GOG before, too. Yeah, so that's cool. I didn't know that they put it on Steam.
Great news for everyone.
I thought
there are games.
That hasn't been on PlayStation? I feel like I have... Isn't the director's cut for Resident Evil 1 on PlayStation?
Yes, the director's cut for Resident Evil 1 was on PlayStation for a while. They recently added 1, 2, and 3 to PlayStation.
Oh, okay. So that was a recent thing. Because I was just looking at the store and I saw it. And
yes, it is
I was like,
there.
I feel like this has been here.
But they had been tied to the PS1 for quite some time.
That's insane that it was that long.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Okay.
You gonna segment us again? You gonna segue us, little buddy?
I don't have a segue for this one. I think we're just gonna move into the topic of the episode because we've been talking about news for quite a while. Unless you have something to say about the Supergirl trailer besides the fact that it looks like Supergirl.
Then it looks pretty good.
Pretty good.
Lobo looks good.
Now we can put Lobo in the thumbnail.
Lobo. Let's just say his name
Lobo.
a couple more times. Lobo. He looks fucking so sick, dude.
Lobo.
I don't like.
Look,
I
Jason
don't know what to say. He looked like Lobo.
He looked like Lobo.
This
dude
Lobo.
was meant to play Lobo. The fact that he was Aquaman for like 10 years is.
I will say he did do some long overdue repairing to the Aquaman name.
Yeah, that is
so
true.
we got that out of that. People can take Aquaman seriously again when it's not going to be him.
Now he needs to play Green Lantern and fix Green Lantern's rep.
Oh, dude.
But can they go back?
That's what Man of Tomorrow is going to do.
Can they go back to blonde twink Aquaman?
I don't know about twink. I think more like Chris Hemsworth, like jacked up.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what you would have to do.
Like Injustice.
That plays it more so straight versus like Jason Momoa where he's like a dude. If you want to like, okay, because that's the thing. People are going to be comparing the next guy immediately to Jason Momoa. I think the guy has to play it very differently.
Yeah. Injustice Aquaman.
Yeah.
Just serious guy.
I would like that.
Just a serious guy.
But
I think it was like
straight
Jeff Johns or something did a good
look.
Yeah. I mean like you might have to throw in the beard, that's fine. But even if you don't do the beard, then like as long as you just look like a Chad or a Sigma,
I
then
think that's
fine.
the best way to differentiate them from Thor, from them being blonde guys that are heavily tied to like an element for their power. Just short hair, no beard. Give him a fucking scar. Give him a fucking scar.
You know? Ooh, a
do the hook
on
hand.
Aquaman?
Yeah.
That would be sick.
The hook hand is awesome. The hook hand needs to be done eventually. I agree.
Yeah.
The hook hand is sweet.
Like a few movies in, do the hook hand.
After like
the
maybe like one or two Aquaman movies and a Justice League movie, chop that hand off.
Give him the hook
for the rest.
Yeah, give him the hook.
Then he can have the beard. When he gets the hook hand, then he gets the beard and the long hair. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Will he ever adapt that story?
Well, where his kid gets murdered?
Yes. Listen, when we watched Aquaman 2, everyone was like, I'm only gonna watch this if they kill that baby.
Yeah. I was like, I don't give how.
What do you know? No one watched it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't give a fuck how bad the movie is. If they actually have the balls to go for that, I'm like, I'll respect this movie. It can be dog shit, but I'll respect if they go for like killing Aquaman's son on screen.
That would because the tone of that movie is just like that was the point in the DCEU where they were like, obviously they didn't have like a direction and they were wrapping things up. They were trying to play it more so like a generic MCU movie kind of thing. Like all the stereotypes of an MCU movie are in this Aquaman DC movie. Yeah. And I just again all the group chats were just like sending the gifs of the baby. They're just like, will they kill the baby? It was just like. Oh, because that was a crazy thing to do in comics, and I think
they did that. They did it in like the 70s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They did that.
I don't know, like when
they did it when
I
that was
when they
controversial. When they killed his
kid. Well, that's why they did. That's why they
Yeah.
killed Gwen Stacy too. Whenever they did that,
They
in,
did
like,
that
the
shit when it
60s or
took balls
70s,
to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's
So I
kill
feel
a
like
baby.
if DC ever finds itself like falling back out as people start criticizing it like the MCU, they gotta do some shit like that.
Yeah,
I agree.
we got one in the chamber. People start saying our movies are. I'm gonna kill the fucking baby.
It's like,
that baby.
We're gonna kill the fuck out of that baby. If anyone,
James Gunn's gonna look at the camera and be like, "You did this."
Yeah.
You did this.
That's the end credit scene. It's him looking into. You did this.
Yeah, he's in the press
did
conference.
this.
He's doing like the press tours for the movies, and like fucking some funny interviewer's like, "Oh my god, James Gunn, what's it like?" He's like, "If you do something bad to this movie, I'm gonna kill the baby. We're gonna kill the baby."
we will kill. No, dude. Man.
Yeah. In the film, not in real life.
In the film.
Hot takes time.
All right.
In the script.
Yeah, we're gonna do a main topic for this episode,
I'm so
and
excited
probably
for this.
further episodes moving forward.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off with superhero movie hot takes. I have gathered a bunch of relatively normal to progressively far worse hot takes from an app that I like called Reddit. So these
Where's your fedora, you bastard?
range from pretty okay to pretty terrible. And I'm going to start us off with kind of a softball, but it's from Indoorsman 101, and he says, "Canon doesn't matter that much. Good stories matter. If a good story violates canon, well, none of this is real anyway." And that's pertaining to comic books. So what do you guys think about movies?
Depends on the severity. Like
Wait.
what do you mean by canon? Like canon within the movies?
This guy
or
is
canon
saying that canon doesn't matter at all when you're making a movie adaptation. Like, you can do whatever you want.
I kind of
like
agree
within the movie continuity or like from the comic continuity.
He's saying when you're making a movie, you don't have to adhere 100% to the comics canon. You can make changes, which I agree with.
He's saying at all.
Yeah, so he's saying you can change a lot. You can just change shit.
You can change anything you want. It doesn't matter because it's not real. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so he's saying,
I mean, like,
if you make a fucking
there's
superhero
some
movie,
characters
you can change shit. Right? Like he's saying you can give Spider-Man the organic webs in Spider-Man 1.
Yes,
so they did that for a different reason, but
I know,
like,
I know.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying.
But
okay.
But what's your opinion? Like, do you think canon matters on any level when you're making an adaptation?
I think it does a little bit, just because like there's a reason why people like that source material, right? So take the things that people like about it, and then you can enhance it or change how certain things happen. That's fine. I just don't think you need to like. I don't know, like if I'm making a Batman adaptation, it's like, well, instead of him being rich boy Bruce Wayne, I'm gonna make him like ex-CIA. He's a hardcore guy that like kills people. Yeah, it doesn't sound like Batman,
Yeah.
So that's my
you gotta
stance
stick to
on
the
it.
roots.
Yeah, you gotta stick.
I'd
at least
say
stick
it has
to, the
to
roots.
have
Exactly.
some semblance of it, but I agree in general with what he's saying. Like, if Absolute Batman had never come out, and I got an Absolute Batman movie tomorrow, I'd be like, fuck yeah, it's badass.
Oh, I agree.
So
I agree.
As long as it's recognizable.
But that understands Bruce Wayne.
That's what I'm saying.
On a level.
Yeah, but it completely throws away the canon.
That's a good point. So you just have to really understand the fundamentals.
It has to be recognizable. It has to be. He's not saying you can poo-poo on the entire character. He's saying you don't have to follow the canon. I'm like, I agree with that. That's fine. Because I agree. If it's good, Absolute Batman throws the canon in the garbage, but it's fucking really good, so I don't care. If it was dog shit, I'd be mad. If Absolute Batman wasn't good, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah. I would even argue that it doesn't throw everything away. Like, again, like it just like reorganizes it.
Yeah,
completely.
But that's what, if
like,
you're doing any...
I don't think it's like a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Like if they made that a movie, I wouldn't be like, that's like crazy deviating. Like of course I'd be like, this is very different, but I wouldn't be like, oh, you threw the whole canon away. I wouldn't say that.
You know what I mean? Like in terms of like the canon of the timeline of the story, it throws away like almost everything. Batman's poor. His mom's alive. His dad was a fucking teacher that died in a shooting.
But again, like you have him in the black and gray suit. He's not killing people.
That's not,
you got all of his rogues.
Yeah, but I think...
I know, but like there's just like a certain like, I don't know. Like what I'm saying is like if they made a movie of that before the comic, I wouldn't have been the same with you. I would have been like down with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My thought goes to like not even a movie adaptation directly, but like Spider-Man 2, the game. Like I think you can make changes to canon, and it's hard to know if they're good changes until you put the product out.
Yes,
but I feel like there's a little bit of judgment. Like you should be able to, if you're gonna make a change, you have to make sure it's good. If not, I mean, I'm not gonna say better because you can't really exceed what these characters have done in the comics. But like you just have to make sure it's good. Yeah. And a lot of the changes they chose to do in that game weren't for the better. They made the story worse. So when it comes to that, I guess that's just more of a competent writers. Like you need competent writers who understand the characters on a deeper level rather than just like the base. And like you have White Man writing Miles Morales, so he becomes a cornball and he sucks. But like,
it's a Miles original. Pulls up in the worst.
It's a Miles original. There's a mini game where I make a little. I'm a DJ in Mysterio's area, and my beat sucks.
That is true.
That's the type of Miles Morales we're dealing with. But I don't know. I do agree. I think canon doesn't really... I mean, most Batman movies don't stick to the canon at all.
I think you just need to get the basics of the character, not the canon. I keep those in two separate categories.
Yeah. Plus, it would kind of make the movies useless if you did one-to-one adaptations of the exact canon, because... You can just read the comics.
Like, not in comics, but the Resident Evil movie. Fuck, everyone was complaining about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great
example. What did you think about Raccoon City, though?
Well,
Return to Raccoon City. Because that
follows so much. Look, I have a special place in my heart for that movie. I think it's a fun time. Do I think it's an incredible film? No. I think it tried doing the Uncharted thing. It tried doing 3 games in one.
Yeah.
Which
was absurd. Now that I've played those games, what that movie planned to do is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know why they tried that.
And the budget was not... They did not give them a big enough budget. And they followed the canon very strictly. So yeah, I don't know. I largely, I'd say I mostly agree with that take. It's definitely not offensive.
Okay.
What's
all
the
right?
next
Not
one?
offensive.
Yeah.
Move to the next one. Henry, Eater of Pies.
What?
Says.
Oh, that's the user.
Henry
I'm
Cavill
sick of
burner
everything.
account?
This is another pretty easy one, but I'm sick of everything needing a universe, greater storyline. Sometimes I just want to watch a self-contained comic book movie, not to set up the next DLC. Which every comic book movie now, I guess it's kind of changing with how James Gunn is approaching his DC universe, but since the MCU has taken off, it is like a fact that every comic book movie to come out has been trying to connect to a greater purpose. And I do agree, I kind of miss like just getting, so I recently heard about the Guillermo del Toro Doctor Strange movie that was going to come out right before the MCU really kicked off. Like it was going to come out in like 2007, and it was going to be like a standalone movie, super self-contained, and they were going to jump into like all the crazy magic weird shit that Doctor Strange does with no purpose of going further than that. It was just Guillermo del Toro doing something fun.
Yeah.
And that was when, the directors still could have a say and they had a vision and you could have stylistic choices within these films. I think that's going to be missed probably for the rest of time. I don't know if we're going to get back to that point.
I think as the universe goes on, it needs to slow down and be more like that. I think it's important for the DCU right now to do that because they need to set shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to get to Batman. They need, they got to advance. But I think once you get to like the point of the MCU's, that's like it's okay to take a fucking chill pill. It's all right to fucking relax and fucking do your own thing.
But do you guys like do you find yourself getting sick of the connectivity, or are you fine with it still?
Is it fair to say we've been clocked out of the MCU for quite a while?
I think all three of us have,
yeah. But that's more so specifically of like how they've been handling that, like because the thing is like when it's done good and when it's more like intimate, where I don't know, let's say like new Superman movie comes out and then I don't know, like there's traces of like Wonder Woman or something, and then you're like, oh, I want to watch Wonder Woman. It's not like a direct tease or anything. It's not like post-credit scene where it's like, hi guys, I'm Wonder Woman, watch my movie next summer. It's not like that, but you're just kind of like, oh, I'm liking this continuity of characters. I'm liking this world. I feel like that, like there is essence of that. But yeah, I mean, like the thing is with like my favorite comics, like a lot of them weren't really storylines that were like built up to in the comics. Like they're just stories that would just happen in the comics, and I do think that the movies need to be more like that, where they don't have to build up to the massive big events, just focus on the story at hand, go all out with it, like crazy good. So that makes people, because that will make people excited to watch the next one regardless. Like you got The Dark Knight, people watch The Dark Knight, love the shit out of it. Dark Knight Rises, most people don't love it as much as The Dark Knight, but it surpassed The Dark Knight.
So much fun.
I think that's how you should do it.
What's interesting about that is
have
that
both.
like
Have both.
That's kind of the exact approach that Star Wars took in the 70s, where like George Lucas was just like, we're gonna drop a movie that takes place multiple movies in, but this is gonna be the first, and people are just gonna be along for the ride. That's a good point. They should start doing it that way.
Exactly. That's how movies should be made.
Yeah.
That's how they should be made. Yeah.
Another hot take we agree with.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that one in spirit, and I think there's some circumstances where you do need to do some of the universe setup. So, but
exactly.
I agree with
I'm
that.
happy with the universe setup.
I agree with that in spirit. Yeah, I agree. I would like to see more.
Just have world building and good story, so people are anticipating for the sequel, and not for like the movie that's 10 movies. After this one,
That's the other thing. I think if you're gonna set up movies, maybe do it within the confines of that character's trilogy or their movies.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do an Avengers movie, you can set that up in like an Iron Man, that's fine. But make sure that's the movie that's directly following it so that people care. But otherwise, if you're setting up storylines, it should be specifically for that character or characters surrounding them, rather than being like, okay, so we're at the end, I can't think of one right off the top of my head, but let's say like we're at the end of a Captain America movie, and now we're getting a tease for the Captain Marvel movie. Who cares? I don't care about that.
But they got Captain in their name.
They got Captain in the name.
Yeah.
That's just the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it needs to be like that. And also, with how clocking out of the MCU is also because of how ambitious they got, how
that's
big
a
it
word.
got. Like the
That's a
TV
word.
shows is too much of a commitment. You can't do that. That's too much connectivity that people are not going to catch up with. And then you find yourself in the next movie recapping that whole series within 2 sentences.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well then I'm not going to watch that TV show you made. That was a useless thing that you did. So I agree. I agree with this in spirit. There's
Exceptions,
instances where connectivity does matter. I don't want to see it ever go away fully. That would be really disappointing to me if we couldn't get like, you know, Batman and Superman in the movie like 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
But okay. All right, this one seems like the next. Okay, so Trepid Linkist says Spider-Man No Way Home is the most overrated superhero movie.
There has to be something.
I think a lot of people have turned on that. people
shit
on
on
that.
that movie.
I don't know.
Oh, what are some highly rated superhero movies? Let me think.
Well, like, I think you have to think of what people put Spider-Man No Way Home in the same category as. And usually from what I've seen, it's in like the A tier where like Endgame is. So do you think let's just say, do you think No Way Home is better than Endgame?
No.
No. Have you guys rewatched No Way Home? When was the most recent time you watched that movie?
The most recent I saw it like twice in the theater. I have never watched it on streaming since.
I don't think I did
Wow, that's
either.
crazy.
I watched it 3 because I saw it when it came out. I saw it with Miguel, and then I took my sister to watch it. So I saw it 3 times in theaters because it came out when I worked in the theater and it was free for me to go.
Okay.
But I know. Look, I have my thoughts on it, even though I think that it's if someone puts it like. I've seen people like S tier it and say it's goated and say it's their favorite movie. I'm like,
No.
that makes me angry. That makes me angry.
Yeah.
If I
don't see people
I'd
do that
agree.
anymore. Yeah. I
I've
don't
seen
know.
certain people. I mean, just certain
There's
people.
Who? Name names.
Name
Now.
names, Evander.
Hello?
Well, we'll put their picture in the thumbnail.
It might start a collab.
Who is this?
It's okay to have a disagreeing opinion. Just to
Who
be
are
clear.
you?
Who are
How did you get? So, anyways, we're back to on.
That's
on
a good
top-
point, though.
Yeah.
That-
What was that about?
Those movies are not. I don't think any of the John Watts Spider-Man movies are in like the S tier of MCU. But
No.
I think Homecoming
I
is
might.
a better movie.
I might.
than-
Homecoming is really good.
Then
No Way Home.
I'll defend Homecoming.
I fucking
Yeah, like I like
Good
that
movie.
movie.
I might
A
might
lot.
S tier Homecoming. Honestly, I got
it in A tier.
It's definitely an
Yeah,
A tier, but
A
if
tier, yeah.
I think Homecoming is such a fucking good movie.
It is.
I've
great.
to.
It's
I've
wonderful.
rewatched that one more than the other. Oh wait, duh! I saw No Way Home I've seen No Way Home 4 times, all in theaters because I watched when they put all the Spider movies in theaters again. Remember when
Oh
they-
shit!
I
I wish I
did.
had done that. I didn't
Yeah.
get a chance.
I watched it. But yeah, when I saw that's the last time I saw them, and I saw Homecoming. I'm like, damn, this movie holds up so well.
Yeah.
I remember. I'm sure you all remember too, the Vulture reveal that he's the dad of Liz.
Yeah,
That was
sick.
crazy, dude. That's
Yeah.
such a fucking good. I don't think the MCU's ever hit me with a twist like that before.
I was about to say. I think that was the last time we got like a crazy.
I was like,
twist.
oh shit, dude. The whole theater, bro. The whole theater was like, oh no fucking way.
Yeah, they hid that.
They did a very good job. Fucking, I think Vulture's cool. Michael Keaton's sick. I think it's they got one of my favorite character actors, Bokeem Woodbine, is Shocker too.
People
I love
genuinely are sour on that movie though. Like they like the
Yeah, I
people
don't
don't
know
like
why.
that
People-
Spider-Man movie.
dude, I know why. It's the Gavin J. Konots of the world, who aren't fucking real.
It's the Iron
people.
Boy Jr. complainers.
They're
where
not real human beings. They're not real.
They've seen the movie like
Yeah.
they've seen the movie probably more than anybody else. So they
And
should know
Let's just say
that Iron Man's in the movie for like 10 minutes, if that. But they're
and
just not happy
the
that he
lesson
has
Spider-Man
gadgets.
learns.
I've seen some like actual normal people like really shit on it, but their reasons are never good.
No, that movie's awesome.
I will say that.
It's a great. I think that's a fucking great movie.
But that being said, we all seem to agree that that movie is better than No Way Home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but even with saying that, I think people have soured on No Way Home, so I don't know if it's overrated anymore. It might have been when it first came out. But I think now people can acknowledge that it's more of an event. Like, the movie itself...
that movie's a roller coaster in the, to use the Martin Scorsese term. That's a fucking... That one you're supposed to go, whoopee! In the theater.
You're like, yeah! And I'm along for the ride.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
It is fun.
And it has moments of quality in it. Aunt May dying is really... That whole segment from the minute Green Goblin turns evil till... At least until when he meets the other Spider-Man, I think is all really, really good stuff. After that, the fights are fun, too. But, like, that quality... And then... But also, when he confronts the Goblin and he's going to kill him, great moment. And Tom Maguire has to catch the glider. I thought that was sick. The spider sense scene when you can tell that the Green Goblin's evil and the camera like gets like so attached to him like on a rig and he's like moving. It's like, that's a fucking awesome scene.
But even then, I think everything from the point in the apartment where he turns to the end of the movie
is all good.
Is actually like a really solid Spider-Man flick.
Yeah.
Everything before that, I kind of find myself, because I have rewatched it. I watched the super fun edition that they released with like the extra scenes.
I saw that in theaters too.
I found myself upon rewatch waiting to get past that start. Like, well, they breezed through the end of Far From Home very quickly. That whole segment where you see Daredevil and they get that's done in 10 minutes, which I don't really like that very much. They were like, we set this up so we have to acknowledge it, but now that we have Toby and Andrew, we don't really want to deal with it, so we're just going to move on. That's annoying. The Doctor Strange fight is really cool. I like that. But I'm like, okay, let's just get to the actual villains and fighting them. So everything past that point is really good. And despite my complaints with the other two Spider-Men feeling like they've kind of been, like, stuck, like, they didn't progress. Like, when they're talking about their past, they only talk about what happened in the movies. As if, like, 20 years hasn't passed for Tobey Maguire,
but Andrew
which kind of annoys me.
Andrew was kind of evil, he said. He said he got a little evil.
He got a little evil?
Yeah, he said
Andrew Garfield alludes to it. He's like, I stopped pulling my punches.
He's like,
yeah, I've straight up beheaded fools.
He's like, I killed Rhino at the end of TASM too.
Yeah, I ripped his.
You guys didn't see it, but
that was the last thing I did. Yeah. I don't know. That kind of annoys me. But yeah, I don't think it's the most overrated. I would say, I'm trying to think of what my most overrated would be if I had to choose.
That's what I'm thinking, dude.
I don't know. I genuinely do not know.
I can tell you.
Batman v Superman.
Oh, it's like superhero movies?
Yeah,
my most overrated the most overrated popular superhero movie.
Can I pick a show?
Because Can
I pick a show?
Sure.
It's Moon Knight. People love Moon Knight.
Do people love that?
Yes, I always see fucking casual people loving Moon Knight. And I'm like, dude.
All my homies hate Moon Knight. I hate Moon Knight.
Get Pym from Smiling Friends out of Moon Knight. Pym from Smiling Friends should not be one of the personalities. Okay? Should not be running around fucking working for Mr. Boss. Actually, that sounds awesome. Never mind. Make a new Moon Knight sequel where Mr. Boss is Khonshu.
R.I.P. Smiling Friends.
And it's just Pym and Charlie are the two personalities. I'd be down with that. Never mind.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. I feel like most of the high-rated superhero movies I usually agree with. I'm just like, yeah, Winter Soldier's great, Logan's great.
Too.
That's not highly rated outside of Reddit.
I've seen some people on a podcast who really like that one.
Are you gonna name these guys from that podcast?
Oh my God!
Okay,
again.
TASM 2.
I think you should name them at some point, because again, people will watch this and be like, "You guys should have a debate with them."
I'd love to.
Okay,
who are these guys?
I have mine.
Okay, what?
Okay,
but it's not that I think it's bad. I just think the first
Spider-Man
movie is the best one.
Spider-Man
I think Spider-Man 1's better than Spider-Man 2.
I
just
think
it is.
Upset at that. I don't necessarily agree. I used to like that one more too, as when I was younger, but then I grew up.
I just rewatched all 3 of them.
Okay, so did I in theaters, not last week, but I saw them in theaters.
Yeah, but I saw them last week, and I'm just saying.
And you're still
I think Spider-Man 1's better. I just think Willem Dafoe is just the perfect villain. He's just so good. And throughout all of the movies, this is my hottest take. which I think people agree with.
Then it's not
for
a
the
hot
most
take.
part.
Then it's not a hot take. It's a cold
Yeah,
take.
I don't like Tobey Maguire very much. So I'm focusing on the villains and everything else that's going on in the story itself. And I think Spider-Man 1 has the best story.
I fucking hate this cuck so much, Ben. I hate this little fucking beta chud, dude. Wait till I get my fucking hands on you. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you in ways you didn't know were fucking possible.
Look, man.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to tell you.
Ben,
any other thoughts on No Way
Ben,
Home? Or do you
get
guys
his
have?
ass,
You guys
Ben.
have any?
Ben, get him.
I think I've deeply upset both of you, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Ben, kick his ass.
You gotta give respect to.
Yeah, give respect to
Mr.
fucking
Maguire.
Toby, you fucking piece of shit.
Look, I don't hate him. I just don't think he's Spider-Man.
Why? What's that Spider-Man about him?
He's just a little dork. A little whiny.
Spider-Man's a little fucking
That's
dork.
Peter Parker, you fucking chud!
After he gets bitten by the spider, that's not Peter Parker in the comics. It hasn't been for like 30 years.
Okay, so this movie came out fucking 20 years ago. It came out fucking 25 years ago. So for
Yeah.
5
Based off
years,
the
he hadn't
comics
been
from like
like
the
that?
60s and shit.
Listen, once he becomes Spider-Man, he needs to stop being a whiny dork.
Why?
And he
Tell me
doesn't.
why, Chud. Tell me why.
Because it's called character progression.
Yeah, he fucking...
Why would he stay a whiny dork who cries all the time? And
You're-
he's like, oh my
you're a
god,
fucking
I love
dork.
MJ, but I can't be with MJ.
You've been a-
and now MJ's cheating on me.
You've been a
and
dork
now he's
your whole
kissing another
life.
guy,
You've been a
and
dork
I
your
can't
whole
do
life.
anything
Where's your
about
character?
it. I'm gonna
Where's your
cry.
character
And my
arc?
best
Where's
friend
your
is becoming
character
Green
arc?
Goblin,
Where's
and
your
he's gonna
character
kill him,
arc,
and I
man?
got to kill my
Where's your
best
fucking
friend,
character
and
arc?
all my villains are gonna die. I'm so
Where's
sad.
your
My
character
family
arc?
hates me.
Where's your character arc? You're still a dork? How old are you? How old are you?
We don't have to get to personal insults, man. That's rude.
Are you not a
What
dork?
the fuck?
You not a dork? I think we all are on this fucking show. We're fucking on a podcast about comic books that gets 10 views. Yeah, cover
all my
up that Stranger Things poster.
I'm ashamed to have this now. I gotta take it down. I gotta take it down.
You
man.
put that up after the show ended.
What's the next hot take? What's the next hot take?
Get this chud out of here. Show's over.
Okay. All right. Next one.
The channel
Okay.
is going to be deleted after this goes up.
Let's see. I would save that one for the end. Okay. Reddit tier 28 says the only reason people think Hugh Jackman is irreplaceable
Oh
is
my
because they've
God.
never seen anyone else in the role.
It's because he's too tall. He's too tall. He's not Wolverine. Shut up, bro. Oh my
That's
god.
the point.
God.
I don't think that's the hot take. I don't think you heard me read the rest of it. I think you reacted too soon.
I know he's saying like, oh, the only people feel that way is because there hasn't been another Wolverine.
Yes.
Okay, and he only says that because he doesn't like Hugh Jackman that much because he thinks he's too tall.
Okay, but we're not talking about the guy. We're talking about the take.
Fuck that
Do
guy.
we agree?
Fuck. Look.
I think people that do say that are just like,
I don't think anyone's
agree.
irreplaceable. I'll say. I don't think anyone. I
don't think he's
if a
irreplaceable.
new Wolverine came out and the actor was fucking sick, I'd be more than happy. I'm not sitting here saying that we shouldn't get a new fucking Wolverine actor. I don't think any of us are. I think we're all on board with when the MCU reboots. I love Hugh Jackman. I would love to see him again. Yeah. I'd love to see Hugh Jackman again in like a cameo here and there. But if they're gonna bring back Wolverine for ongoing movies, they need to do someone else. That's just the reality. And whoever they are, I'm sure they'll do a great job. They'll do a great job picking them, and cool.
I think Secret Wars is going to be the send-off.
Yeah, until they bring him back again.
For Hugh Jackman?
Until they bring him back again.
Well, they're going to bring him back again for sure in like a Deadpool
X-Men
movie.
movies.
But like, they got to get a new Wolverine for the X-Men movies.
Yeah,
right?
they are, and I'm fine with that.
I think they
I'm on
need
board.
to.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
though. Fuck
because
that Redditor.
eventually Hugh Jackman's just gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna need more and more money, and then the studio's not gonna like that.
But he brings in so much. You see a little flick called.
No,
Deadpool
I know that's the
Wolverine.
thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, listen,
You get that.
Now that
Well,
movie
enough-
made $2 billion, they might actually have him till he's 90. I'm not going to lie.
yeah, that's the thing.
good
right? Yeah.
ROI.
And I love Hugh Jackman, but I mean, like I don't know.
Give my man
I
a
think you
break.
need a new Wolverine
Yeah.
right now, at least. You need new actors per era of movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
And I feel like it is interesting. It makes sense why they're bringing him back for the Avengers movies. But Deadpool and Wolverine felt like that was it. We can leave him now.
I just knew it wasn't.
He did the fun one.
I just knew it wasn't going to be it, so that never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying it felt like it could have been. Like, that could have been it. He did the fun one with Deadpool, and now he's done the serious one. He's done the X-Men movies.
He walks
he's done
away.
the fun one.
But Brandon, now
I guess
they're
we haven't seen it with the
going to
Avengers
put him
yet.
in a yellow and brown suit.
Okay, I'm on board. Anyway, we're going to go to the next. I love that suit. Speaking of X-Men, CPR 9998 says the high. Okay, this one. The highs of the Fox X-Men movies are better films than anything the MCU has ever put out.
Is he counting Logan?
The highs of the Fox X-Men
Logan.
films, everything Fox has put out, better than anything the MCU has put out.
Kind of. I'm valid, but I personally love Guardians 2. You know what I mean?
So you're having trouble. You think
I agree with the guy.
Yeah.
I agree with the guy.
I
really.
personally.
So like outside of Logan, what else?
He
I
said,
really like First Class.
Yeah, he said the highest high is better than the high. Like, so what he's basically saying is if you pick Logan against the best MCU movie, he thinks Logan is better.
What do you think is the best MCU movie? What do both of you guys think? Right off the top of your
Winter
head.
Soldier or Guardians 1.
If you're talking about pure super Infinity War, that's just I think Infinity War. If you're looking like for superhero content, like that's just fucking 2.5 hours of just like dudes kicking ass. But in terms of like quality, Winter Soldier for sure. It's tough.
I guess you're right. I think
because Logan probably
Logan
is
better
pound
than
for
Winter
pound
Soldier.
better. I think Logan's probably pound for pound better. Do I personally? I personally like Guardians 2 a lot. That's a me movie, but I wouldn't sit here and be like it's objectively better than Logan. You know what I mean?
No, no, you're right.
I think Logan, because in
like Ben said, First Class is also
X2
really good.
is fucking awesome. I think the first X-Men is awesome. I think the Wolverine is awesome.
People hate on that movie too much.
Dude,
It's a great movie.
rewatched
I like it a
it.
lot.
The third act does not kill the
people
Wolverine.
like it now.
They do, but people always like it. But they shit on the third act. The third act does not ruin the movie. The third act is not bad.
No, not at all.
I
think in the modern landscape of superhero movies, that ending does not really
I
change.
think it's a fine ending.
Like it's normal now.
Yeah, I have no.
It was normal at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what everyone was complaining about. It was fine at the time.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, I hate watching Wolverine kill a bunch of ninjas. Yeah, that doesn't sound like the most badass thing. Remember when they're shooting the fucking bows and arrows, the ropes into his back, and he's like pulling all of them? It's so sweet. That's a cool movie.
Oh yeah.
And then the bullet train
cool
fight. The bullet train fight is awesome. I love when he's like tricking the guy to jump, and they're all getting hit by the fucking signs. Great film.
Yeah.
I'm a big.
I came into this thinking that this was so incorrect. I'm kind of being swayed.
Yeah, the Fox X-Men movies, they were kind of peak. They were kind of. They did have
were
a
good
lot
for
of
quite
shit.
a while.
Here's the fucking question: are the lows of the Fox X-Men movies worse than the lows of the MCU?
Now,
I don't know. That's
I don't
muddy.
know.
That's muddy
Because
I
haven't experienced every
Dark
single
Phoenix,
MCU project.
New Mutants.
Yeah.
Those are rough.
Yeah.
New Mutants
But from
is
what
a
I've
rough
heard,
ass movie to watch.
I'm not watching that movie
Ben
ever. I also
watched it,
haven't
right?
seen Dark Phoenix. Those are the
I
two
watched
Fox
them all.
movies I haven't seen
I've
for
seen-
X-Men.
New Mutants
But-
is a tough movie to get through.
I
So is
also
Dark
haven't
Phoenix.
seen Secret Invasion. I haven't seen
We have
the
to
Marvels.
for
I
fairness.
haven't
For fairness,
seen.
That's the
hold on.
thing.
For fairness, limited to movies. Limited to the lowest MCU movies. Are they as bad as the lowest Fox? I'd say they might be. I think they're on an even playing field. Because I haven't seen the Marvels for sure.
I haven't either.
But I think
If I had to choose one, I guess lowest of the MCUs is what I would go with. But I don't know, because some of the Fox shit gets like when
It's
it was at the
fucking
lowest of the low,
bad.
it blew my mind.
gets
But
bad.
again, if you're not including the shows, if you're not including
I'm
the
talking
shows,
only
then I would
movies, only
choose.
movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause what-
then
Then
I
I
would choose the
think-
MCU.
I think the lows of Fox are much worse.
so.
if we're
Let's
only-
What are the worst MCU movies? We're gonna say Quantum Mania. I'm assuming Love and Thunder.
Quantumania for sure.
Love and Thunder.
Lord of God. I forgot about that movie.
Love
that
and
is
Thunder's
pure
a rough
garbage. I hate Love and
What
Thunder.
else is there?
I don't know.
In terms of
Because
being
like
pure shit?
upon, I guess Thor 1 But I think Thor 1 is better than
Thor
Love
1.
and Thunder.
Yeah, I hate Thor 1, but like I put it in a tier above.
I don't mind Thor 1.
Just something about it
it's a tier above Love and Thunder.
Yeah. So I don't think it's objectively shit. Whereas I think like Quantum Mania, I'm like, ooh, like I wouldn't, I couldn't defend Quantum Mania. I couldn't do it. I couldn't defend Love and Thunder. I couldn't.
No, I can't defend either of those. But then you also have X-Men Origins. Yeah. I don't think there's any redeemable qualities in that.
There's some cool shit in there.
The only here's what's redeemable about X-Men Origins Wolverine. The montage of them going through every war is sweet.
That's a good point.
And the base invasion at the beginning, when you see all of them using their powers, is pretty sweet. What I don't think has redeeming qualities is Dark Phoenix and New Mutants, which me and Ben have seen.
Okay, so right now they're tied. They're tied for the lowest of lows.
Yeah,
right now.
So Ben, I don't know if this might be you choose the bullet over these, but Ben, New Mutants and Dark Phoenix versus Quantum Mania and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Quantum Mania and Lord.
You think they're worse?
Thor.
Worse or better?
I think that those are slightly better.
Yeah, I might
like not much better.
I might be inclined to agree.
Because at least with those, I can be like, this is so fucking stupid, but I'm just like, I can like clip this as like a meme. When I watch those two other movies, I'm miserable. like it was so hard to get through New Mutants. Like I think I split up into 2 watches. It was so bad.
New Mutants is so bad. Your brain, I promise you, Brandon, when you watch New Mutants, your brain has a defense protocol where we'll start scrubbing the memory of the movie from your brain while you're watching it.
Yeah, no, literally.
You'll be like this, like you'll be watching like this, like everything you just like. You get the end, you're like, what? The fuck?
Like I still like Chris Hemsworth. I still like Natalie Portman. There's some Christian Bale as Gore is kind of cool. There's some cinematic kind of cool stuff. Like there's
the black and white
things that are there's pieces.
The black sequence of Thor: Love and Thunder objectively puts it over this.
Yeah, exactly. Like let alone puts it over both of those movies. Yeah,
and MODOK and Quantumania.
Yeah. That was a Snapchat filter. I don't know who made that decision, but they need to get fired or something. I'm sorry, dude. Like, you gotta find another job. Pack it up, buddy. Put the fries in the bag. I don't know. You need to rethink your creative life if you do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you gotta rethink some things, pal.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
What's next?
The lowest lows,
the
lowest lows of Fox exceed the MCU, but also the highest highs.
They have the biggest peaks and dips. They have the biggest peaks and dips.
That is insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That perfectly describes that era.
It is true because Respect, they were at least taking big ass swings.
They took huge freaking swings.
And I fucking love one of my favorite moments because one of the first superhero movies I saw, that Nightcrawler opening in the White House for X2 is so sick. That's one of my favorite superhero movie moments because I've always liked Nightcrawler, and just seeing him get this cool action sequence where it's like it's kind of like that Quicksilver scene where it's like slow motion and he's flipping around and knocking people around is so cool. That's a good movie. That's a great movie.
Also, Days of Future Past is really good. We didn't mention that one. I really like that
one.
We did. It's a slapper.
That's a good one as well.
That's a banger.
Okay, I have one more.
Only one?
I had to add this one. So, it's from Chemical-Low 209. Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, despite its flaws, is actually a pretty damn good movie.
No.
Maybe not a 9 or 10 status, but maybe an 8.
I think the movie's a drag. I don't know if that's an appropriate word to use in this context.
Here's what I'll say. It adds an extra half an hour. It
fixes plot holes.
It fixes plot holes.
I don't give a fuck about plot holes.
The experience is about the same. If anything, it might make some things worse if you're like a hardcore DC fan. Like the warehouse scene. Nothing's changed about it apart from when Batman throws the crate at the guy and the crate hits him. In the original one, his eyes close. He just gets knocked out. Whatever. In the Ultimate Edition, he throws that crate. It hits the fucking guy, and his head goes against the wall. There's a big smear of blood, and his eyes stay open. That guy is fucking dead, or he's a vegetable.
Batman loves making vegetables out of Gotham's criminals.
Well, yeah, like if this was comic book Batman, then like by comic book logic, then you'd be like, yeah, he's a vegetable. But like, he's like in the movie, they straight up say like, yeah, he's out. And he's angry or whatever what the fuck he says.
I think this is a really good opportunity. This is a really good opportunity for us to do something that I don't think we've ever done as a group. what do you guys think this movie is? Take yourself out of the comic book brain. What do you think this movie like quality wise? What do you think it actually is?
Here's the thing. I can fucking put this to rest right now. I have never once ever seen someone who loves movies but doesn't care about comic books say that Batman vs Superman is good. The only people who I've ever seen say that Batman vs Superman is good is comic book nerds.
There you go.
Listen, I respect the balls that it has. Like, that movie makes, like, say what you will about it, it makes some pretty ballsy ass decisions. And the costumes
are pretty.
There's a lot more hits than misses, for sure. And here's the thing, right? You have to think about, like, what's the actual plot of this movie? Like, what are we building up to here? There's a little
Big
conspiracy
doomsday.
thing that Lex is doing.
Doomsday.
Yeah, he's making doomsday.
Blow off the planet.
That was like a horrible reveal because this is like a screenwriting issue, right?
Okay.
That was like there's just not really enough time spent on that. They're just like, yeah, here's Zod's body, and then
Lex
like,
Luthor
okay, we
gave
know
him
what's gonna
AIDS
happen
and
now.
Doomsday.
Yeah, like he literally finds his body and then he immediately creates Doomsday. So we already know that we're gonna get the Doomsday fight and all the stuff that like Lex is sending Batman and all that. Like it's so like we know it's you, dude. Like
I love you sending hate
and
mail
also
to Batman. It's so funny.
Yeah, I know, like that's so stupid, right? Like I mean, like listen, as from a supervillain point of view, that could actually work. That could actually be really interesting. My biggest issue, especially with the Ultimate Edition, this is what like made like because I watched the Ultimate Edition like for the first time, not too long after like it just came out, and I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna be like my jam. Maybe there's gonna be more context, and I can accept it as like an Elseworld kind of thing. So when they find all those bodies that they're trying to frame Superman in those movies, they execute them by shooting them with guns and bullets, and then they burn them. But again, any forensics team would be like, there are bullets in these bodies
also
that would have killed them before, and all these wounds, like this happened post-mortem.
Yeah, and also, Batman,
like, are you serious
Superman
right now?
Lit them on fire. His laser, he probably he dumped gasoline. Like, okay, that wouldn't fool anybody. When you cover something in gasoline and burn it, they can tell. They can, there's like fire, like whatever, like they can. If you burn down your house, they can be like, oh, this fire was started here using these chemicals. They wouldn't be like, oh. Mm-hmm. Also, do Superman's laser beams light people on fire? Do they fucking cut them in half? I'm assuming they cut you in half.
Have we seen him use them?
No, but like just by logic, it's a laser. It's a laser, not a flamethrower.
I'm assuming it's like Homelander logic.
Yeah, it's a laser. Lasers cut.
I would think so.
They don't light them on fire. So I just always thought that was dumb. And also, here was like part of what was added in the director's cut is like, ooh, we've unraveled the proof that Lex Luthor's behind this, and it's because, at this big secret, plan Lex Luthor had, Lois Lane found the secret piece of evidence, which is a bullet that has Lex Luthor's fucking company logo on it or some shit.
Yeah, I know.
Lex Luthor's like, okay, guys,
I forgot that
frame
part of it.
Superman by shooting all these people with our special LexCorp bullets and then light them on fire. I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's also, like, even further in the writing perspective of things, like, I don't think the nightmare sequence makes any sense within the confines of the movie.
It doesn't.
It's setting up a movie that never happened.
He wanted to do something cool, so that you ever
You
think
wanna
about
do something
that?
Cool. You want to do like
Zack
an
Snyder,
Injustice
he wanted
thing.
to do it cool. He did.
That's what we're gonna
cool,
do.
yeah.
We're gonna have Batman using guns.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that all the time.
I remember when I saw
nightmare sequence doesn't make any sense. The dream that takes place, whatever that is that takes place right after, but the Flash doesn't make any sense.
I'm
Lois
too
is
early.
the key.
She's the key.
And then, like, the plot conveniences that happen later on, where
you
Wonder
impregnate
Woman's,
Lois Lane in the unreleased movies.
You're gonna get married to Lois, so you have to kill Superman.
You're gonna
You have to do it.
You impregnate Lois, she tells you it's not yours, and then you let her die from Darkseid. That's literally what happens in Justice League 2. And then I'm time traveling to tell you not to do that, to actually go save it because it is your child. So you're acting upon selfish, driven needs.
Yes.
Like like I don't like. Listen, you can say whatever you want about like the visual side about the movie, like whether you like it or not. Because I'm just like yeah, like it looks really cool. Like there's a reason why there's so much like hype around it, right? Like it kind of has some of that like Fox energy with the superhero shit. Like it's stylized. Like there's not, you can't really compare it to what the other
Death of the
movies that were
Waynes
going
has
on.
ever looked. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. Okay. It looks good, but you have to realize like this is like a very wrong lesson for Batman. Like it does make sense because they would have been fine, but Thomas Wayne was like, you know, I'm a billionaire. This guy he's taking the pearls. I'm gonna punch the shit out of this guy.
That's a good point.
And granted, like that could have been if they did Flashpoint, that would have been a cool little thing to revisit that same scene and see that, you know, things turn out differently. But I feel like that was maybe a little bit of a nod to that. But like, dude, you are a billionaire, Thomas Wayne, and you're like, I'm a doctor. I help people. I'm gonna punch the shit out of this homeless guy who's trying to rob me.
He's a fucking Sigma male, okay?
Yeah, he's like, hey, no handouts here, not in my city.
I'm not gonna let one of those pores take from me.
And he gets himself and his wife killed.
Valid, worth it.
Which, by the way,
Batman Begins, he's at least like, yeah, take the money or whatever.
Those castings, they had to have planned Flashpoint, and then that plan got thrown in the garbage.
Very
quickly.
The Walking Dead cast as Batman's parents, because she's also from Walking Dead. She's Maggie.
Yeah, and she would have been a great Martha Joker. That would have been awesome.
I feel like part of it was coincidence, because if you look at that 5-movie Snyder plan, like the Flashpoint thing doesn't fit in there. I feel like it had to be coincidence, and the fans were like, "Oh, he would be an awesome Flashpoint Thomas Wayne." And then that, yeah, I feel like that's what had to have happened.
Castings were just so spot on.
I don't think so.
I know, that's the thing. I feel like it had to be coincidence, because like some of those actors they were just friends with, you know, Zack Snyder, and you know, like when we all make movies with each other, we like to cast our friends in our movies. You know, it makes a more fun vibe on set. Yeah, I don't know.
Could have been like a back of the brain thing. Like, I'm going to make you Thomas Wayne.
I could see that.
If they ever plan it, you're obligated to this unless they get Michael Keaton or George Clooney.
Because he would have been such a good Flashpoint Batman.
Oh god, it would have been
Flashpoint Batman's awesome.
Yeah.
Because there was like, what if we just gave Batman guns? Like, actually that's fucking
and cool little cape spikes.
Like, actually,
and
that's
red
fucking
eyes.
sweet. Actually, you know what? Batman with guns is fucking awesome. Never mind.
I love that costume too. That's like a top tier Batman costume. Yep. I love it.
The red eyes are sick.
Yeah, and one last thing on Batman v Superman. This is what we discovered when we were doing the rewatch of it, like in the summer.
Oh yeah,
because we all watched it together. we were just like, this movie is just aura farming.
Oh yeah,
we did watch that movie.
Yeah, we did. Right, this movie is just like 90% aura farming.
I mean, hey, valid.
Yeah.
And then in between aura farming, you get a scene where Wonder Woman checks her email, and Lex Luthor has carefully made each superhero logo and named them, and has footage of each one and their secret identities for Wonder Woman to see.
Yeah, he hired Brandon Michael Carney to do the logos for each.
Yeah, I did it for him. Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor. He put a Jolly Rancher in my mouth. We had a really nice moment.
Did he give you a little kiss?
Why are you putting Jolly Ranchers in my mouth?
Dude, Jesse Eisenberg put a Jolly Rancher in my mouth once too, bro. What the hell?
Okay, so if you guys had to give it, because this is the question. He said it's a solid 8, the Ultimate Edition.
It's not a solid 8.
Okay, so we disagree. We don't have to give it a number rating, but we disagree with that.
I just disagree with
that. Hot take is not correct.
I disagree.
I do have one more.
Let's go!
I mean, okay, we could do that one. Warm Ad 667 says Age of Ultron was better than Avengers 1.
No.
I haven't seen Age of Ultron since
quite a bit.
Like the theater.
I like Age of Ultron quite a bit.
So
you haven't seen it since the theater?
That's crazy.
Whoa,
I'd recommend.
That's wild.
No, that's like 11 years ago.
Yeah, I actually do.
I thought I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, like Avengers 1 is just
peak.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
The reason I put it on here is because I know me and Evander have talked about how underrated that movie is. I don't agree with it. I think Avengers 1 is superior, but this movie gets shit on way too much.
My big
I think people give it a lot of shit.
I was my big plus to that movie. It's the only time you get to see all the Avengers working as a team. Because like in Infinity War, they're all broken up, and in Endgame, they're all broken up. In Avengers, the first meeting.
I think people give that movie shit because, like, obviously in retrospective, like other movies that were happening at the time, like there's quote unquote more important events, even though like what happens in Age of Ultron spurring the events of Civil War and all that. I just think a lot of people, again, from people that I know, they don't rewatch that one.
Yeah.
At least not a lot.
No.
It's weird.
And a lot of people, I remember a big complaint is people have come around on this, I've noticed, but people shit on Ultron himself. Because, like, why'd they make Ultron funny? I'm like, he's not, I don't think he is kind of quippy, but, like, I think it's, like, in a different way. Like, his quips are, he's not trying to be funny, he's just, like, a weird, like, freak. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. When I watch it, I'm like,
guy.
Because I people were like, I remember the complaint was that they just made him Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's like,
but
that's what he is.
It's not Tony Stark humor.
Yeah.
It's just like weird robot guy humor.
Yeah, he's just weird.
That kind of makes sense for an AI I mean, Vision says it, born yesterday.
Yeah,
like
I will take that way over what people want, which is like generic monologuing robot being like, I will destroy.
No, I don't want that shit.
Yeah, that's what people wanted.
I don't want that shit at all.
I know, people wanted that though. I was like, no, I fucking think he's cool as he was. And he had
the whole
awesome
movie,
monologue.
he just goes, I have no strings on me.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah. I quite liked what we got.
So I think it's underrated, but it's not better than Avengers 1.
I completely agree. It's not better than the first Avengers. Sorry.
And Ben has to rewatch that movie. I think you'll like it a lot upon rewatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all for the hot takes. That's all I have.
Well, this has been a long episode.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, it's only like an hour 20. But I think we should do that again. That was
agree.
actually pretty fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
So this week we didn't do comic book club. I think going forward we're gonna do every 2 weeks. We've come to the realization for whoever's watching this that comic book club can be, depending on the book that we get, can be a little like a bit of a hassle every week. So from now on, every 2 weeks. Next week we're gonna finish Under the Red Hood, and then from there we probably won't be splitting books into 2 parts anymore, because with 2 weeks we'll have enough time to read them in their full stuff. So that being said, I kind of think that might be the end of this episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Subscribe. I hope you enjoyed me and Evander yelling at each other for a bit about Spider-Man. I don't think any of it was comprehensible, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry I had to own Brand with facts and logic and put him in his
I didn't
fucking
hear
place.
a word you said. I didn't hear
You just got owned with facts. You just got owned with facts and logic. Facts do not care about your feelings, Brandon. That is a categorical truth.
All right.
Facts do not care about your
Go
feelings.
get your eyebrows done, Ben Shapiro.
I wish I had giant fucking eyebrows, dude. They were up to like
God, those eyebrows are awful. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
I'm so glad this episode opened.